Ну что, мои вкусненькие, начнем стримчанский. Я сразу врываюсь, мне нечего ждать. Выбираем стримчик. Естественно, копируем ссылочку, переходим, кайфуем, отправляем его в мой любимый телеграм-канал. И опять читаем 1 000 001 текста. Ходим в диско-сосиска. Пытаемся протрезветь в диско Elysium. Надо было так назвать стрим конкретно сейчас, чтобы забайтить вас. Но кого я буду байтить, если честно? Сами понимаете. Так. Кажется, все настроено, но я что-то очень, как обычно, хочу все держать под контролем. Хочу проверить, как трансляция создалась на самом деле. И если звук. Что, блядь, очень...
Ну что?
Я пока на данный момент хочу проверить. Что-то очень громко получается. Мне прям чуть уши не заложило. Ну что-то интересно, что типа стрим, он... Почему он не запускается? Почему он не запустился? Почему я не могу нормально ссылку открыть? Хочу проверить. Что-то очень громко получается. Ну, вроде как зашла, вроде как все нормально по звуку и так далее. Но что-то интересно, что типа стрим, он... Почему он не запускается? Почему ссылка нормально не открывается? Мне не нравится, что ссылка нормально не работает. Что-то очень громко получается. О, все, отлично, ссылочка пошла. Вроде как все нормально по звуку. Сейчас поднастрою, конечно же, звук, потому что, я так понимаю, снова игра громче всех на свете. Но это не проблема, потому что я сейчас, ну, в принципе, настрою это. Тут уже скорее вопрос стоит в том, когда я в баланс в этот вернусь. И, конечно же, стартанем, посмотрим. Я тут попробовала создать параллельно какую-то вторую сохраненку этой прекрасной игры. Вот. И что-то мне подсказывает, что у меня по звуку. Блин, очень громкий звук. Громкость интерфейса. Блин, а чё игра такая-то громкая? Я правда не понимаю. Ну, типа, я могу сделать свой звук, свой голос громче. Но... What's the point? Какой смысл? Так. Диско-сосиско. Начинается. Так. Может быть, уменьшить звук игры. Давайте я вручную как-то это сделаю, потому что мне некомфортно самой. То ли я очень чувствительная к звуку стала, то ли что. Ну, типа, мне не нравится, как оно орет все, а голос у меня не очень громкий. Нет, ну реально, ну почему музыка такая громкая? Ну, громкость музыки минимум, блин, громкость окружения, громкость интерфейса. Давайте еще меньше его сделаю. Спасибо. И разработчики, видимо, слушают.
Hello, officer.
Ой, не то сохранение. Вот. Вот как раз я открыла, просто подумала с новым персонажем, что что-то будет как-то иначе выглядеть. Fuck the police, come straight from the underground, the brown nigga. Я осуждаю гомофобию. Осуждаю расизм, простите. Так, мне бы надо найти, где переночевать. Я так понимаю, по указателям я как-то могу до дома до своего добраться. Но мне грустно, что меня ненавидят. Потому что меня ненавидят мои
old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island. A silver plaque on the statue's
Филипп
pedestal reads,
Расточительный, величайший
I
из
am Philip
филиппийских,
III,
король
the
Ревашоля
Squanderer,
Филиппа
the
II,
greatest of the Philippian
зажиточного,
kings
отец
of
Филиппа
Revachol.
IV Безумного.
Son of Philip, as you
Okay.
look up, you notice something about the statue. There are some odd indentations, even by the standards of the Philippian
Так, Растес
kings. Old
славится
sumptuous
своим
Philip was known for
мотовством.
his profligacy.
Знаешь, что такое мотовство?
Well, he blew through the whole
Он
national
промотал всю
treasury,
национальную казну,
starting the
стал...
decline
И
of
начался
one of
закат
the
одной из
penultimate
величайших держав
century's
позапрошлого
greatest
века.
superpowers, the suzerain of Revachol.
Сюзеренного... Это как суверенного, только сюзеренного
His
государства
own
Ревашола.
maladministration foreshadowed the fall of the monarchy. During the stories have it that he had his bedroom converted into a treasure chamber, where he stored. He called it the Sol Auron. It was obscene. There were whispers he slept on a huge pile of gold-dipped feathers, like some obese dragon, instead of a bed, like a normal. But wait, you haven't even heard about his fabled cocaine addiction. Philip III's ludicrous bronze likeness looks defiantly up into the sky. Something with great kinetic energy seems to have impacted the... Someone shot him in the heart. Interesting.
Okay, I can't see it, but I take your word for it. Well, Martinez is riddled with bullet holes. This place saw a lot of action during the revolution, but the statue is recently renovated, so maybe a joke, target practice, or a political statement. If we connect every bullet hole in Martinez to the murder, we'll get an overwhelming amount of loose threads. But then again, we don't really... I've made a note. Don't hold your breath.
The king stands high above you, surveying...
Ну, кто его знает, если будем каждую мелочь, блин, записывать, то это ни к чему не приведет. А вот не факт.
A Stars Ryko, one of the finest Zhimsk-made motor carriages ever. An oldie, but a goldie. Not many people outside of Grad, and Revachol West too, it appears.
Монетки. Может, так нас скребем как-то.
Yes?
Так, тут стачка. Особо... Ну, тут вот сидит вот челик, по-моему. Так, это какие-то, походу,
A
протестуют
lorry
тоже.
stuck in the windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin with the driver has adorned his space with a substantial collection of peculiar
Честь и силе
paraphernalia.
красоты, короче,
A large
монетка.
metal pendant hangs from the rear view mirror. It is the seal of royalist era Revachol.
Ага, то есть он за роялистов.
The
Окей.
back end of the cabin has a small perch to sleep, large ashtrays. There are several suns and wheels sewn into the curtains. A book with ragged edges catches your notice. The front cover features a large, muscular man. The title reads, Man from EL.
Racist nationalist paraphernalia. Not unusual in this part of town. Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is. Drapes it all over his machine.
There he is, in front of Rita, smoking
Он
nervously.
стоит перед Фритой, нет,
Hoping
накурит.
it's
Надеется, что все закончилось. Надо с ним поговорить. Пойдем пообщаемся с ним.
Looking for something? Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. Haven't God damn. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine.
He doesn't live in Martinez.
Окей. То есть это какого-то другого расиста. Тут уже вопросы у меня лично. Ну ладно, пока непонятно. Одолжить бы у кого денег. Я все как-то пыталась найти информацию, что это за студия, в какой она стране
The
расположена.
small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. The photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as her smile. No response wherever this woman is. Your
Короче,
words fail.
радиоприемниками.
Wait. She's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone.
Почему?
I just told you why.
Так, мы себе реально... Блин, что-то поехала, походу, какая-то котировка в игре, потому что, типа, нормально не отображаются некоторые штуки. Как мы, подожди, сюда попали, чел? Я просто хочу вот туда вот выйти куда-то. А, окей. Тут порой, типа, из-за того, что это как будто бы, типа, 2D какая-то, не смешанная стоит, это 2,5D. Как бы местами непонятно, где подниматься, где...
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
From another planet. Hey, it's the jam, my man.
The air from the east.
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike. Scabs agitating.
Ну, понятно.
Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew.
Mazout is an antiquated term for heavy fuel oils.
Драма.
This man has
Успех
a barely
средний.
suppressed performative streak. Or he just likes unusual words. Or both.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already. So tell me, what do you need? It's like, whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands.
Going on strike would probably help you dodge a bullet or two.
Если устроишь забастовку, то, может, под пули не попадет.
Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. Good on them. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town too. Like a strike negotiator type. They know what's up.
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
Она может быть связана с делом. Окей.
They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching.
He doesn't blame them, but he's not on their side.
Maybe you should. Cops don't get paid much and the hours are long. Plus, you can get shot.
The RCM is a self-managing organization that operates on donations. We promote our own leaders. It would be like striking against your own mother. Yes, but do continue. You were asking about the strike?
Да ну, продолжайте просовывать. Вы спрашивали про забастовку.
Anything else? Us lorry drivers. Camioners. You still hang around here waiting for this mess to... Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing.
He tries his best to look nonchalant, but there's a rigidity in him, as if trying to conceal something warm and deep beneath a cool exterior.
Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Relax. He's merely joking.
Can't even get a few jokes past you, my man. I've got another haul of found cargo. Mostly sporting goods, tracksuits, and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grad in the Occident. Though we've been making headway in the Ilmaran market lately.
Так.
This rockin' beauty. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of. You and
A motor lorry, also called a camion, on Caillou and neighboring islands. This one looks roughed up enough to be some sort of found rust bucket. Maybe the A6?
Yeah, it must be. Your job's to know all these little things, isn't it? Well, my job is to deliver tracksuit trousers. We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy. Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that.
Так он неделю
wasting
здесь
time right
находится. Он должен знать
Keep
что-то
him-
про
It's
это.
easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff.
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst
Да
of
не
a sea of
заговаривай
motor
мне зубы.
lorries.
Ты был здесь неделю.
and they're
Убийство
set-
произошло
Ask
прямо
for his
неделю назад.
conclusion.
A sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more trees.
Белая проверка. Эмпатия 1. И почему типа опасно 13? Что это за обозначение? Ну, давай попробуем.
Ease into it. Don't go too far. This seems like a personal matter.
I'm okay, man. Just the jams got me down. The fumes, the chemical rainbows, the tarpaulin stretched on the frames, and the dull engines off.
Maybe the full-on direct approach wasn't correct. Damn, it's tricky business looking into someone's eyes
И
and
не
not doing it
облажаться.
wrong.
Чтобы открыть эту белую проверку, очки эмпатии надо прокачивать.
Don't be a stranger.
People, strangers. Вот это вот все.
This Post Lavantorie mail collection box has been heavily A faint sticker on the side reads, RCM emergency.
Хороший ящичек.
The box seems happy. Eat shit pig, fucked by the coon, and St. G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also. The mail collection box seems cathartic, thankful even. So do you. You shudder. Then you swallow.
То есть он, походу, мы реально в каком-то мире с радио.
The box seems happy.
Hello, sir. Are you interested in a new and exciting book? It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime.
Books? Postcards? Easy. Even a kid would know all of this. Don't be a fool. As an expert, it's your duty to tell what you know to everyone.
Sir, are you okay? You've been standing here silently for a while now. Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
Я постараюсь ответить, надеюсь, они про книгу.
Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals.
Преступление, убийство, детей,
And it's kind of like a puzzle too. You can guess who the criminal is, or how. You don't look much like a policeman. Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen.
Так Мелон, ну да, он выглядит скорее как алкаш.
Head?
No, you're mine. Not head, child. Heads.
No, he's wicked smart in the stories.
Нет, в книгах он ужасно сообразительный.
Like you, sir, of course. He's just a fictional character. He's no match for you. Maybe you can show me some real police work, sir. Like in the books.
You fail to deduce anything substantial. She waits intently.
Come on, anyone would notice that.
Ладно.
My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock. Feel free to step in and browse our wares. I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
Блин, на самом деле это странно. Ну, хотя могут своровать, хотя зачем кому-то, типа, воровать книги, хотя все равно таких мудаков много. Ладно, слишком много думаю.
Oh, no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm. I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
Почему она не ходит в школу?
Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life.
There is stress and unease behind these words.
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed. Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go...
Никто не выжил, ничто не осталось. Что все остались.
Well, they run out of money and have to stop doing business.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case, but I don't see much more to look.
Yes. Please do also look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games are there, sir. Nothing really, sir. Mum doesn't allow me to sneak around in the back rooms or the cellar. I don't really know what's there.
Я даже не знаю, что там есть. Просто там была вывеска возле этого дома, что там, короче, внизу, получается, ну, типа, новый кто-то заселился в дом вот этот по соседству. То есть, чисто технически, они здесь недавно, конкретно их магазин. Но это то, что я сейчас могу, типа, подумать. Вот. И так как этот магаз недавно, есть варик, что он тоже мог быть как-то связан с убийством. Например, он там чуть больше недели назад появился. Так, а в чем проявляется проклятие?
It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were asking about Dick Mullen.
Мне куда больше нравилось, когда мы говорим.
No such thing.
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir? Maybe I can tell you about some of our books instead.
The girl keeps her hands folded, hidden. Why is that?
What do you mean, sir?
She looks around anxiously. Her hands remain folded. The lieutenant stands by, looking at the two of you with little interest. She brings out her reddened hands, her nails frayed.
And you knew this from me keeping my hands folded? Well, that proves nothing. Anyone could do an easy deduction like that. You're quite sober.
Вы сейчас хорошая, хорошая, да, я согласна. Типа, вы сейчас трезвый. Да, я проснулась в пьяном угаре в отеле, в месте которого я не знаю. Видимо, она меня видела раньше, это значит. И, скорее всего, видела меня пьяным, и, соответственно, ну, она здесь уже какое-то время точно существует. Просто я с ней, типа, в пьяни не разговаривал, судя по всему. Либо она стала жертвой идиота полицейского.
The lieutenant does not flinch at the comment. He does not flinch even a single bit. He is intensely not flinching. It takes effort.
Вот, почему ты решила, что это обычно не так? Мне грустно,
I'm sorry, sir. I hope things get better soon.
Ох, диска
There she
сосиска.
stands, swaying
Почему
on
0
her
очков
feet,
опыта? Значит, я что-то неправильно
assaulted by
делаю.
the early spring breeze. She smiles at you. The whole situation suddenly feels familiar. There's something you're missing.
Что-то, да, здесь, что-то я пропускаю. Блин, может, она реально как-то связана.
No, sir, I can't. It would be too tiring to refrain from it. It's already tiring enough to remember to say it all the time. It's nice of you to say I could stop, though.
Попробовать вызвать реально какую-то эмпатию у нее, чтобы она хоть как-то раскрылась. Ну, блин, это
That's a
сложно.
friendly enough face, most of the time.
Внушение. Здесь что-то не хватает. Почему все кажется таким знакомым? Блин, у меня 7 рублей в кармане, и я сотку увешу этому владельцу отеля. Что мне с этим делать, пока непонятно.
Oh,
Ладно.
kings and queens and generals of old, or artists and writers, or musicians, those kinds of people. There's usually something extraordinary about them. I think that's why people read them, to find the secrets of their fame.
Поэтому люди их биографии читают, пытаются разгадать секреты их славы. Так, из знаменитостей, про кого можно было бы в рамках расследования узнать? Про короля мы узнали. Про забастовки и высшие и низшие расы тоже. То есть там ничего интересного не будет.
Seems like most people who read those books fail to get more famous from
Похоже, что
reading them.
большинству читателей таких книжек знаменитыми все-таки не стать не удается. Но читать книги знаменитости к самому, то знаменитым не стать, верно?
But it does make the famous people more famous.
Но сами знаменитости станут еще знаменитостями. Да, это правда. Блин, вроде как такой беспокойный мир, где типа полицейские, ну типа не уважаются, там какой-то тоталитаризм вокруг творится, и люди все равно читают про то, каким Кардашьян накрасила губы помадой. Ну, блядь, странно немного.
Annette's expression remains ever so helpful, but she doesn't say anything.
Isn't that kind of a childish thing for a grown-up to say?
When she grows up, and if she grows up to be clever, she'll discover there's no such thing as a grown-up.
Взрослых не бывает, это факт.
Okay, sir.
Блин, немножечко. 8% всего лишь.
It's the type of book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man and the bad man.
Блин, как просто обозначение.
Or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir. I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum. I don't think it's a romance story if the main characters break up, though. No. Yes.
What was that? An idea for an unfinished novel stuck somewhere in your forebrain?
That's really not a proper romance story. That's more like everyday life. Not in romance books, sir. These are about nice and pretty people, and everyone is happy in the end. It happens. Those are unhappy books for most of the pages. People sad about what they have lost, but then it all turns out just fine in the end. These are not very common. You can't have a choice between bad and bad. Nobody wants to read a story like that. Well, maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick either, because she doesn't need a bad man. Maybe some about other books.
Сборник рецептов. Так, мне надо, блядь, перчатки снять. Ты, конечно, не в перчатках. А, ладно, в перчатках. Смотрю на перчатки, такой, я не в перчатках. Кстати, а не чья ли бы эта кружка? Саморец с идиотской улыбкой. Шафрана, похоже на какую-то дешевую поддержку. То есть мне надо найти какого-то любителя, возможно. Ну, это да, это надо. Национальный город завершил необъяснимая феминистическая повестка. Бомжиков. Кайф.
These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. A couple of spook novels hide amidst all the detective books. Thrilling tales of spycraft and daring-do.
Oh, crime, robberies, murders, even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort. You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these.
Crime fiction is a disgrace. These books greatly, what's more, they completely, not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. You see, Dick Mullen on the job. Get me Mullen. A killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the murder house. The final owner turns out he faked it to solve a case. Yes, there's all tragedy cool. After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one question that matters. Your attempt to grasp at the answer fails. It seems very close. The plaque on the shelf reads, Biographies of Famous People.
I would say The Greatest Innocence. Yes, most certainly. A very influential historical figure. But surely I don't have to tell you that. You're a law officer, and law officers have at least some education. The book is also very daring. The author aims to re-examine the universal understandings of the innocentic system, creating a fresh vantage point and a shift, perhaps for a...
Do her words seem...
Certainly.
You feel like you should get this one. Definitely. It's important somehow. There's something personal inside.
A true cultural touchstone. Enjoy the read.
Окей. А если хочу книжечку почитать?
Browsing through suddenly, high-speed love. Next to that, Rivasholian radio personality.
I really must insist you buy one of the books. Reading them is not for free. I'm sorry, I didn't.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural.
Sir, please, no browsing in that shelf. That wisdom is not for free. I can't have you end up like.
Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias. These three things are very important. The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people. It serves platitudes, while also wholeness, unity. When it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place. The book features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium. It even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from. There's even a chapter on the ancient Seraïs tradition of using duck gallbladder preservatives to treat and prevent.
Ясно.
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden. The maps look old and faded. The north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta. To the east, rolling Huron. It's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Forberg. It's almost as bad. It's so small you can't even see it on the map. No, what? No. This is somewhere to be. This is all you have, but it's still something. Streets and sodium lights, the sky, the world, you're still alive.
Так.
This large map displays archipelagos. Ozon, Laurentide, disintegrating into mathematics. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou in a bookstore. It's you. You can, on Caillou, Revachol, a single black star, 850. The ocean connections to other worlds. You have little idea. Perhaps they are gods. It's not really a map. It's a tourist thing. A picture postcard. Still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of an industrial harbor.
То есть это здание уже хрен знает сколько находится, при этом по соседству все что-то разоряются. Интересно.
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though. That old thing. It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be. From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new
Лет
street
5
lamps.
назад. То бишь, статую, получается, что же 5 лет назад реставрировали. Но он говорит, что ее недавно реставрировали, эту статую, то есть... Ну...
The place does not look like a successful tourist trap.
They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these ruins are bad for business.
Не, пока мне это не интересно.
Lonesome, long way home. Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the Boogie Street spearhead, to the other side of the lake.
Бля,
The frozen
реальная
eye
игра
at the
для тех,
center
кто
of the
любит
district.
почитать. Мы
Then,
почти на
past
месте.
the video
Проходи мимо
rental
41-го
store on
участка,
the
через
corner.
рынок, мимо
There,
идейного центра
at the end of a
Буги-стрит,
street lined with pine trees, a
к
small
другому
house
берегу
no
озера,
larger than a
замерзшему
matchbox. 11 Voyager
в
Road.
центре района
You no
помилка,
longer live there.
видеопроката.
Those times are
Там в
gone.
конце засаженной
And so are those
соснами
people.
улицы стоит
Why
небольшой
did you come here?
спичечного
Why are you
коробка
still here?
домик, Voyager
And
Road,
where's
дом
the dealer?
11.
You
Здесь
have to
больше
get
не
back to
живешь.
work. That's all you have
Твое
now.
время прошло. Людей не осталось. Зачем ты сюда пришел? Почему ты до сих пор здесь? Где дилер? Надо вернуться на работу. Сейчас все-таки устала. Так, бонусы. Восприятие лимит улучшен, повышен до 5. Спиды дают +1. Окей, я поняла. Мы почти на месте. Буги-стрит. Короче, меня выселили. Окей. Ну, я поняла, короче, меня выселили. Так, где книжка, которую я купил? Ага.
The Greatest Innocence by João Paulo. Browsing through your educational survey is done. Did you catch any of that? No. Oh well, it's pop quiz time. Let's see what you've learned. This might take a few minutes. You ready? That's the spirit. Here we go. Oh yeah, this is what I was made for. A pop quiz is a short examination designed to test your knowledge without any prior warning or announcement. Thanks for nothing. Dolores Day. Dolores. Incorrect. Dolores Day was the innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. She codified parliamentary democracy. Her colors are silver, white, and apricot. And when you think her name, Dolores, stomach acid rises to the back of your throat, and it hurts. Steer clear of this one. There's something terrible about this one.
Подальше от этого.
Yes, the quiz is impersonal. No need to rouse sensations in yourself at the mention of the correct. Nothing much is known about him. It's not even clear that he was a he, but Franco Negro presumed as such and called him Pius. He's depicted as a young man with molten gold pouring out of his mouth. All he spoke was gold. It's said he invented God and equality of men before God. He has the first question too. Easy. Everybody knows the answer to this. You, me, anybody. An innocence is the highest category of historical personage in the world, a literal personification of history. Traditionally, an innocence, I can do better. Okay, so commonly an innocence does not enforce his or her power through military power. This is seen as unnecessary. The innocence wins. Damn, Dolores. Incorrect again. While she originated many modern institutions, even though the words most associated with her rule are incorrect. Correct. Named the innocence of militarism. He codified hereditary rule. Franco Negro attempted to solve the rising tensions between the aristocracy and bourgeoisie by building question. Got it under control. No problem. Solid on this one. It's widespread historical information. Yes, there exists a group called the Founding Party, known as the Holy Party. There seems to be a mix-up with the sources. At least it clearly wasn't Dolores Day. She wouldn't be false. She's beautiful. No, stop thinking it. I said it wasn't her. She was true. Incorrect. Stepan. Correct. There have been a number of counter or false innocences, some assumed to have it. The most famous and important of these
пытки,
was
деспотии, гимны, пушки и мировое
He
господство,
was
но
into
был
torture,
побежден у них Степаном презренным из
hymns,
Кедры.
cannons, and final stretch. You've come so far and learned so much. This is the most important one. I've got it, honest. Of course, this is my thing. The reason I had zero doubts.
Так. Так Пастернак был...
Correct.
Да.
The Mesk might see Franco Negro as the father of nations, but as of this century, there's been a great shift in attitude. Dolores Day has become widely regarded everything from inter-esolary travel to the connected world to 3 consecutive congratulations on a D. Not particularly remarkable, but technically a part. You would have done better if you just left Dolores Day for the end. Dial the Dolores Day down.
What's going on with you? Okay.
You are shouting at an...
Welcome to crime. Be welcome. And please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space. I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture. Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post? Wonderful. Did you talk to her? Why not? Was she not friendly enough? Were you not compelled to talk to her? Sir, watch the language. My child would never do such a thing. As a young girl should be, with the proper attitude, she'll have a bright financial future.
The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense.
Cursed? Who said that? Annette? I will have a word with her. This place is not cursed. It has a robustly magnetic energy. Good for commercial activity. My business is thriving, sir.
What in God's name is she talking about?
Goodness, you were already doing good, browsing the shelves. Why'd you stop? Don't you feel compelled? Go, go. Get back there. The books await you. Everything is on the shelves. Take a look yourself.
She smiles and nods, seemingly relieved.
God, I've told her not to do that. It's such a disgusting habit. She can if she has enough willpower. This is what's called
Короче, мама немножечко такая
pains.
авторитарненькая, я
Life isn't
поняла.
easy. Life doesn't give breaks.
You sound like my mother.
Come on, ma'am. It's obvious she can't do anything about it. You are placing an unnecessary burden on a young child.
She stands stiff and severe, silently fuming. She's looking for one, but there simply aren't any good arguments for being an...
Oh no. Hold on. I need to invite her inside and apologise. She must be freezing out there. There. I don't know what to say to you. My husband, He tries to teach me
Блин,
business
реально, а чё с
lessons.
кодировкой? Чё
I have
поехала
what my mother
кодировка?
called a dull mind. All this stress.
Так, вот так. Я не знаю, что и сказать. Муж пытался обучить меня премудростям ведения бизнеса. Я, так как мать, всегда говорила туповато, ведь стресс. Ага. Это он
Yes,
отец?
my husband is a successful entrepreneur east of the river. If only he were more involved in the business we're running up here. No matter. Soon we'll both be off for Grand Couronne. He made the initial investment. Since then, he's been what you might call a silent partner.
Так, он что-то знает, ее муж,
Super
походу.
silent, almost inaudibly so.
She's been too busy helping me here, so she studied at home this trimester. This is a temporary solution, of course.
Так получается, это она ее вынудила, типа, ну, не ходить в школу. Хотя она говорит, что, типа, мама говорит, что школа нужна и все
I
такое.
assure
Хуйня
you,
какая-то.
I of all people understand the importance of education. She will be back in school the
Ну, то
moment
есть
the
она
store
реально ее
takes off.
вынудила.
And hell freezes over? Never mind. It's not a good topic to get into.
Yes, I'm afraid so. A real treat she is. It would be nice if she had... No, we couldn't have afforded more...
A glimmer of sadness blinks through the well-crafted
Так у
exterior.
нее ж там у бати бизнес, и у нее они второй бизнес открыли, а что экономически они не могли?
We're quite busy people, you know, my husband and I. Quite busy. Children are a lot of work. You don't look like... I'm sorry. I'm sure you do understand.
The woman looks aloof.
Хуйня какая-то. Натурально причем.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to an...
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified...
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers. Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be
Так ты
held
же говоришь,
responsible
никакого
for the
проклятия
consequences.
нету.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now please step away from the curtains. No!
Talking is always good. Go see. You see a tattered set of curtains and a polyhedron-shaped cage-like trinket. You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. This is a tradition. Inhabitants of Ile de Fantôme, the Semenine, aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you.
Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to...
She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, you see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway...
I warned you. You're unleashing forces beyond your understanding.
Ну так ты же говоришь, проклятия нет. У женщины ты уже определить. Сказала бы, тут проклятие. Там, я не знаю, call the doctor, better call Saul. Я не знаю, типа. Ну, просто, короче. Мама ее права была, получается. Так, это доллары.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Semenese trinkets
То есть
and
это
charms.
какие-то
It appears to
амулеты.
be only an echo, a hollowed-out dark echo.
Надо с ним поговорить.
Yes?
Ладно, он, походу, пока ничего не предложит. Мама твоя что-то не
I'm
договаривает.
sorry, sir. I can't talk right now.
Out of the rain and into the gutter,
Math. It's really difficult. Like, oh, I found something while you were away. I thought this would fit you. Like, thanks for helping out. Not me. The city, I mean. Like a detective does. Just what Dick Mullen would ask. I got it from behind the curtains. I'm not really supposed to go there.
Я нашла ее за занавесками, то есть она знает.
Yes, just like the one Dick Mullen wears all the time. You'll
Чё,
look way more
заходил
serious
туда
with that.
раньше?
Right, I have to get back to my homework now, before Mum notices. Man, this is hard.
А пока рановато. Так, а если мы со шляпкой с ней поговорим? Не
Hi,
получится.
Ace Detective.
Блять, я думала, шляпка поменяет дело.
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are
Wonderful board games, sir. The Viticulturist is Braubritter is a fun game of economic competition, but can get quite intense after a while. We have games for the whole family. You can play with your children. Don't be so hard on yourself, sir. You just need to clean up a bit. And technically, friends are a bit like family.
Блин.
For playing with friends, I'd recommend Suzerainty. It's a civilization building game. Lousy auras there. No, role-playing games are popular among those types. You know, who are into those kind of things. Personally, I don't like it. Not at all. I've heard they turn people into a cult.
an endless variety of source books, law books, and codices litter the table. The topmost book is titled Welkin Compendium. There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art.
Так. Меня пока эта замечательная игра меня совсем не свела с ума чтением, потому что я половину пропускаю. Стоило бы, блин, я куда-то стремлюсь, непонятно куда, хотя можно чисто по кайфу сидеть и читать, это реально как новеллу, но я что-то туда, давай, быстрее, 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 куда-то несусь, непонятно куда. Я хочу сейчас сделать буквально передышечку 5 минут, и мы с вами вернемся к прохождению прекрасной игры. А пока я отключаюсь. Я вернулась. Посмотрим.
Books in a
Так,
board game
книжечки.
section. Who wants to read books?
Я
There's
хочу
a
читать
box that
книжки.
says Wirral 3rd edition mega setting supplements module. The side panel notes a fantastic
У меня
adventure
денег
board.
нет.
That price is steep, but then it's the 3rd edition mega setting supplement, so it makes sense.
Сейчас узнаем, попробуем, может, еще ударить, узнать, что такое
I wasn't
проклятие.
kidding when I said we're parapsychologically done. You clearly don't care about the consequences. What gives you? Don't expect my help from now on. The back door is locked and I threw away the key. I won't trifle with such forces. Do look at the books, though. The books compel you. You may be able to make up for this by buying a lot of books. I hope you're a voracious reader.
Окей. Хочу у него
Yes.
спросить. Скажи мне еще
What
раз.
do you want to
Витя.
know? Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit.
Был наемником.
Then you are not that far behind, actually. Do you want me to brief you? 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver,
Анонимно
during
об этом
that
сказал.
time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that. That's us, the Revachol Citizens Militia. We're the police in this city.
The RCM, or the Revachol Citizen Militia, is the police force
Militia.
you and him are part of. A self-organized peace corps of the occupied city of Revachol. The RCM operates within a legal twilight.
Just to be clear, we are police officers.
Ну что
It's
это за
our job
херня
to
с
find a killer.
этим?
That's the case. And carve.
Не, это что-то какая-то фигня с... Такого не было, когда я в первый раз игру запускала. Ведь не было же, верно? Может, шрифт для дислексиков выключить? Давайте выключим шрифт для дислексиков. Я хочу посмотреть... Ну, типа, очень странно. Вот эти кракозябры, блядь, читать. Ничего не понятно, что мне там забавили. Режим озвучки. Психологическое, чего, блядь? Ну ладно. Всякий суточный точно нужно найти убийство.
You mean like a brief? There's no reason to wing anything. If you didn't get the brief, that's okay. 3 days ago, during that time, the victim had been stripped of a security guard or worker of some sort hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez. They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was just to be clear, we are police officers. It's our good. Excuse me? You have a distinctive way of walking.
A moment passes. The lieutenant glances at the sports watch on his...
Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the
Ну, мы, блядь,
investigation.
напарники. Давай, типа...
That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know? That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's not an interesting topic.
Ну,
I don't speak a
ладушки.
word of Seolite, and I've never met either one of my grandparents. There is nothing ethnic I can tell you, or anyone else. That's correct?
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this, but you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
I guess you don't need glasses, then. What do you mean?
Типа до диалоги особо. Даю интервью себе 3 часа
I have no idea.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary.
I can't say that it does, no. When I need to think, I just use my notebook.
Очень логично.
The lieutenant produces his small. We all have our different medium.
No.
Что значит нет?
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. It's like you're locked down.
Something the matter, detective?
What's going on? It's like you're.
Ты по морде сейчас даст?
The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you seem to regain control of yourself.
Good. Let's change the subject.
No response. He's having trouble processing it, believing it even.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs? Focus on other people's troubles, not your own. That is a relief.
A moment passes.
Ключик нужен.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center. Nothing happens after you ring the doorbell. They don't want to talk to you.
Что перед пустой табличкой?
Silence. No one answers your call. Silence. No one. An off-key melody starts playing after you ring the doorbell.
Kuno, please stop calling here. Grown-ups don't have time for your stupid...
She thinks you're the gremlin child. What would he say to this?
Pardon? This is not Kuno. Please just stop calling here. I don't have time to...
A single beep indicates that the line has gone dead. All you hear is static. You ring the doorbell. What an ominous name. You ring the doorbell. You wait for a minute or two. Looks like someone has melted half the plastic off with a lighter. The doorbell doesn't work anymore. You hear static. You can almost hear them breathe.
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric.
She sounds almost antique, as if her voice was being played. Wait, but what happened to Slipstream SCA? There's no Tricentennial Electrics on the list.
My God.
The lieutenant exchanges a look.
It's you. My God. I didn't think I would hear your voice here.
Так, интересно.
She must be mistaking you for someone else. Who cares that you don't remember her? Just go along with it.
Michelle, just please. Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months. I thought you didn't care. Ever since I came to work here, it's been different. As if my mind's been...
A spot of static overrides her words. When she speaks it,
It's so nice to be able to find it.
she sounds like she's about to cry. She doesn't answer. Silence. The only thing you can hear now is static and waves. washing ashore on the bay. Another seagull passes by. It's getting cold.
I don't know what happened either. We should probably stop playing with this thing.
You press the number sign on the keypad that terminates the call. 12 name cards on the call box read. Silence. No one's home at Fortress.
Так, мне надо, блядь, переночевать-то где-то. Так, непонятно как. Найдите свое удостоверение. Пойдем спросим Куна.
Fuck does Kuno care? Yeah, the kingdom of... Yeah, Kuno doesn't know shit about that. That shit is beneath Kuno. Listen, listen. Kuno doesn't care about this small... Kuno could hook you up with some sweet rags. Shit like Kuno's wearing. Your size, good price. 500 real.
You'd have to be blind not to notice the giant white letters F-A-L-N running down his trouser leg.
Pig, these are found modulars. Liquid fit, performance crotch, urban survival shit. Made in Mirova by scientists. Pants scientists. Believe it, you need this shit.
These could drastically improve your chances of survival in the earth. Coach Physical Instrument endorses these pants. They will also make you into an idiot.
Look, Kuno ain't seen shit lying around, except for that up there. Now you want performance gear or not, Grandpa?
The lieutenant remains silent, but his expression couldn't say, "I told you so," any louder.
Whatever. Kuno was trying to help you, but you're too fat for fouling anyway, pig. The fuck? A mug in the trash? Is this about the fucking clothes again?
Так, кружка в мусоре, это опять хуйня про шмотки, что ли, да, связанные с российским.
Yeah, Kuno sees where this is going. Kuno's got that fast brain. You saying you pigs are after the mug fucker, 'cause he's the clothes fucker?
I can't hear you, Kuno! Speak louder, Kuno!
Shit, that's tense. Someone's going to the beat-down basement, huh? Mug guy gonna get tied to the radiator. Kuno doesn't know who put that shit in there. And if he did, he wouldn't...
Tell the Kuno who it was. He's curious. He likes putting 2 and 2 together.
Stop turning into a pig, Kuno! They're trying to get you hooked on the snitching! Get away from my Kuno.
Yeah? Get your bacon shit away. Kuno doesn't like to be seen with the popo. Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. The fuck about it? You're
Get lost!
The fuck do you want with it? It's a vitamin pill.
You could use some.
Okay, whatever.
Oh, don't teach him, Kuno!
You're not getting this, pig.
Fuck you, pig! Don't do mag! You're gonna OD.
Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to... Yeah, like...
You're lucky you didn't die there!
Yeah. Kuno's got some advice for you. What are you? Like 80, right? Maybe...
Perhaps you could compress this negative energy and turn it into some sort of a Kuno-fied non-vomiter. Don't ask questions. Roll with it. It will work. That's right. Turn your weaknesses into conceptual strengths. Try it again now.
Kuno doesn't...
There he still is, looking right through you with his...
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, but...
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
The ammonia only makes it worse. The combination forces tears out of your ducts. The second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
Nor does the wind right now. I've seen strong men turn themselves inside out for hours. You are facing tough odds here. I've seen captains puke their guts out. It never get, then drive to the station. Maybe throw up on the way there. I think I've lost my sense of smell.
A white lie.
Not being hungover helps too. That's probably a good idea. You need to get your shit together. We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the wind changes. It's pretty bad right now.
Тряпка собирательства, окей.
You've gained a thought. When this dialogue is over, go to your thought cabin.
Give it half an hour. Get yourself together. Then come back and have another go.
Так, у Куна мы спросили. Спросить Гарта. Пойдем Гарта спросим. Мелкий пиздюк.
Kuno, the pig's getting... Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. I'm going away for a lot...
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
Stay away from me, pig! You don't want to... I'll die before I squeal, pig. You don't want to fuck with me.
You can still see the top of her head.
I'll die before I squeal, pig. What's this kid shit? Fucking mind game.
Get the fuck out of...
So it's a girl.
I'll die before I squeal, pig. I come from the woods, good Davidu. You don't want to...
Don't be traumatized.
Блин, надо добиться от нее.
I'll die before I squeal, pig. Murder was the case they gave me.
Угу, пока мы от нее ничего не добиться не можем. И что теперь?
I can't. It felt like springtime just a few days ago. Well, this might be the last snow we get. At least I hope so.
Okay.
Snow has nutrients in it. Helps everything green up in the spring. At least that's what my grandma always told me.
Yes, think about the cute grandma, not the weird snow. Stop looking at her. Look around. What do you see? That's right. And the canal, the bookstore, the harbour gates. This is a great vantage point.
No, of course not. I don't understand what this is about. The kid did this, right? The red-haired rat? Can't say a sentence without or kipped. He's always giving me trouble. Maybe you shouldn't be. I mean, you do your job,
You've been resting.
Yes.
I understand. Yeah.
There's silence, the smallest of smiles.
That's okay, miss. Do what you have to do.
Excuse me? Oh. Well, I didn't write it there. I'm just sitting here. I don't know anything about...
Pig is a widely used term for members.
No need to worry.
Okay. Well...
Так, с ней мы поговорили. Угу.
It's the legend. Oh, and the cool piece of toilet paper. It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off. Still wet. The toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. An aluminium block runs the width. The surface looks like an official mark, made to be low visibility. It is similar to the RCM watermark.
What? Yes, halogen watermark used for adding information to RCM. Any capable light with the right wavelength will do. Yes, RCM vehicles have headlights tuned especially to reveal...
This means you can read the watermarks.
It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address.
Maybe yours will have how many cases you've solved.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard, they're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tip. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Work, strife, poverty. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average."
Сейчас середина марта. Ты брал в среднем по 2
What do
дела
you
в
mean?
неделю.
Is that all?
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes. 2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me. That's okay. We all do, sooner or later.
Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense. Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation, a title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration. Yes, all others appear more. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene? Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, it's a holdover from the early days of the RCM. Right after, again, in your defense, I seem to have named one, the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself. I pray his loved one. Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
There is, for precisely once all the tasks are accomplished. The task you've inspect the victim's body. Interview the cafeteria manager.
А, это законченное. Окей.
It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place. A satisfying things to be done.
No, actually. Any ideas? Furies. Yes, well, I don't know. I have to be honest, I'm not experiencing the internal strife that it refers to. Could you make it less poetic somehow? Just a normal case name, you know? Think.
Yes, yes. You know what that normal name is, but it's so plain. anything else, please.
Okay. It's a good name, but it has one problem. This case has something more concrete, perhaps? Do you have... Oh, well, then maybe I can suggest one. The Hanged Man. Are you sure? I think it's pretty serviceable. Okay then. The case doesn't need to have a name. Fine.
Интересно.
For inter-district cooperation. Great! That's great! That's actually what I was thinking. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
The notebook is annual. It says 51 on what remains. You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly paper. Yes, you can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. Why yes, your every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials. Feeling isn't really the jurisdiction we're in, right? It takes about half an hour to piece one together using the system you've devised. Where do you want to start? This one is relatively easy to reconstruct. Overnight on 1202, a cause of failure. The mural, true love is possible only in the next world for new people. People call it that thing, and the graffito crew is easy to track down. Only the case files do not show. The crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, the 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villa Lobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins, a staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority, and that love truly is possible in the next world for new people. And it is too late for us. No one cares what you believe in, man with the smelly toilet ledger. What do you want to tackle next? Or are we done? Murder. Tum at the hookah parlor was a case originally assigned to an officer called Joseph Mills, who is now dead, of circumstances completely unconnected to murder, beaten to death by a throng of Villa Lobos gang members when him and his partner J.M., only initials mentioned, answered a call one night. It's a sad story, and it isn't really represented in Joseph Mills was on this case that he just couldn't solve, was doing it solo, said it was a real nutcracker, a real brain twister, was on it. Mills didn't get off the pot, not yet. No, he was awful sense of humor too. The worst jokes you've ever heard, really rapey. Still, okay, so the case is handed to you because Mills isn't getting anywhere, and you look into it. Here's the setup. A young man is found dead in a hookah parlor. You know, those places where you go and smoke bubblegum-flavored vapor all day. No, it's soot and water vapor. Yeah, so anyway, young man in his... No one... Mills hasn't... See? You can't even read the thing without solving it. Yeah, it was that. Yeah. Smoking hookah. Didn't you hear? Not much has changed in the meanwhile. In the back, then rip 3. The topmost are misconduct. You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police. A dozen pages of thin, a monetary penalization. But they appear pleasant. These are all in a print so small. Yes, the rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the it takes about half an hour to piece one together. Using the system it would be, that's all you got. From the half, who knows? One day you may still catch the man with the squig. Some assholes brought their couch outside and hung out on it. In the middle of the street, on the roof, on the hillside by the motorway. You know, at an unexpected location. They were young, and they thought they looked cool on it. Yes, as you said here, total assholes. Young people are the worst. So anyway, you got a complaint about the damn sofa, or couch. Oh, they were leaving it out in all these unexpected and whimsical locations. They took it to where they also took photos of themselves on it and smoked cigarettes, cigarette butts, coffee cups, stupid couch. You had to clean it all up, and you did. So congratulations to you. Case solved. No, you didn't have time for that. These notes show that AKA Leslie and Burke, AKA the public indecency drunk and the property damage drunk, is a cursed case. It has been passed from unsuspecting officer to unsuspecting officer for 10 years. On January 20th, Leslie will the only way for Leslie to stop flashing his genitals, threatening fines, dragging them to the station. It's plain to see from the files that you, Satellite Officer JV, and Special Consultant TH, no, he must have, in the process, he can't get, which is also why the officer, not much has changed in the meanwhile. Volumetric.
Что, споем? Ну, видимо, да. Где у меня это? У меня же кассета была. А, вот она.
Can I help you? What thing? Yes, not the whole damn union, thank God. Just they come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. But they're good.
We should find out who these lot. We don't.
You glance at the clock on the wall behind the manager. Huh.
Good question.
They probably fucking killed that guy or something.
I have a feeling we'll make their acquaintance sooner.
Oh yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious about. No, I don't have or some boring.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference.
Fine, okay, a little. But my job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one locked door. So I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole. What?
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire.
Thanks. I hope you found what you were. How strange. I certainly didn't put them there. Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my stuff. None of us would tamper with the crime scene. The trash collection service.
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was. Thank you anyway.
I think fugue states are more your forte, officer. Yes. Another thing. Great. Yes. Absolutely out.
Absolutely in the question. Your body is ready, sire.
Yes. Have you got it? A lot. A lot. Like what? I was rarely enjoying.
Надо с ним поговорить.
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year. You should take care of that, then. Let's talk to him anyway. An officer of the RCM shouldn't be...
Давай попробуем.
Can I help you? Yes, have you got it? Does that arrangement include you paying me what we already agreed you owe me?
I understand your predicament as the manager. I feel I must remind you that we are here to conduct...
Forgive me for saying this, but your colleague seems more committed. I mean no offense. It's really nothing personal. I just have to protect the interests of this establishment. Not until you bring me the...
Okay. I might have something in my motor carriage we can use.
Oh, Lieutenant, we're done here.
Yes?
Hello again, sweetie. Oh, sweetie, I heard your conversation with the manager about your financial troubles. When do you get your next paycheck?
You must be joking. Although our pay...
It's not easy.
Interesting idea. This Everard sounds powerful. Maybe you can wrangle some...
Oh, no, I'm so sorry. I don't...
Пойдем к тачке.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio...
I have something here we could sell. Look in the back, in the suspect
transport enclosure.
All right.
The dashboard like a leopard. The lights unfold.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you.
Не понимаю.
There she is. Revachol West.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens. No, the rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM. You catch a faint glimmer from a broken beer bottle.
Ah, Martinez at night. Let me see. Right here. Oh yes. Coal City. Le Royaume.
There are many of them, and they are divided. The first row has 18. The next is, you count, 216 perforations. Consider the last row has 3 perforations. That's it.
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were.
Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered? Cool. I'm glad you joined us. Not a lot of money in Doom Cry. This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Wow, more than 200. It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers. Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there. For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock quarter, There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, but it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for. Yes. Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective, or personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies. Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it now. Why not gardening? You've already got the yellow gloves.
The lieutenant nods.
Right.
You can now see your statistics on your journal page, to the right of the task description.
Okay.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio.
I have something here we could sell.
Transport enclosure. Regular people just call it the cage. The cage at the back of the motor carriage looks rather uncomfortable. 4 shiny
I confiscated these 4 a little while back. We can take them to the pawn shop down by the Martinez Canal.
The lieutenant nods as you take the spinners. As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector.
Now, that's enough fun with the foldable headlights. I know they are mesmerizing. They are also fragile.
Блестящие колпаки на диске, спиздив немножечко. Окей. Как бы в ломбард единственное, что надо занести, я только не понимаю немножечко. Сместить ущерб. Отнести диски. Блять, не то нажала. Как их там отнести? Куда надо? К местной, к югу от площади. Погнали. Окей. Вот эта площадь, я так понимаю. Сорян, я типа очень пока. Тут нет тоже ни карты, ни хрена. Непонятно. Ну это же площадь. Не совсем понятно, где площадь. Моя путаться, моя не понимать. Поисследуем. Вообще не понимаю, без карты тяжело, конечно же, ориентироваться.
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building.
There must be another way into the building.
Угу. Если курильщик этот наверху был свидетелем, надо как-то обойти.
Hey, up here, Piggo.
A sturdy metal door. The door rattles against your knuckle. The door rattles.
Stop banging on the door. Doesn't matter who are.
From within.
The police. Everyone knows the police. No, I already go check the
Backyard door. There must be another. The door rattles.
Stop banging on the door. No, go check the
Backyard door.
Madame, I assure you, we are...
There is no reply.
До севера площади. Окей, получается. Угу. Ну вот и у меня все зависло. Я не понимаю, что типа происходит с падом. Потому что, сука, по какой-то причине просто начинает отключаться. Может, что-то с Bluetooth надо, может, его ресетнуть. Ну вот, типа, кнопка работает. Но приходится перезапускать саму игру. И что-то меня это смущает, конечно же. Ну уже, выключайся. Я потому что даже кнопки меню не могу нажать. Попробую альтапнуться, конечно же. Может быть, это поможет как-то. Ну и вот мы уже на месте. Очень странно, что коннект теряется. Угу. Север-юг. Мне куда-то туда надо, за тачку, судя по всему. Но только я не понимаю, куда именно. Угу. Я немножко заблудилась. Я не понимаю, где мы. Буду спать на помойке, судя по всему. О, ломбард Троя, наконец-таки.
It's not often that. What can I do for you? I haven't had any problems myself, though some of my customers have complained about
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from. It keeps me.
He's well composed, but underneath it you sense psychedelic processes bubbling. Some kind of drug, maybe.
Yes, we'd like...
Roy,
Yes,
No one was defrauded, or...
of course. I meant no offense.
Thank you. Here's the 130 real you need for your bill. Do not waste it.
The rest is for him.
Anything else you're thinking of selling? I'm not purchasing any more clothing at the moment. Another time, perhaps. Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
This is a pawn shop, and it did fit. The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another. Alert.
She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig. Truth be told, she...
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the citizens' militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it? You're right that she could cast aspersions on the force. We have to find out.
My apologies, officer.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing...
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving, and I don't like keeping go. Of course. I doubt it, but I can try and answer any question. I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of books.
He doesn't know anything. The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the...
Sure thing. Sure, man.
Okay, he definitely is high. Whatever it is, you've probably done it, and many other things besides. But you, looking at his wares, talking to him, that might... You see rows of toy soldiers guard big men on big horses, clad.
I used to be very serious about my Franco-Nigerian night.
Everything you pick out seems faded, chipped, and sad somehow. They're not all blue. These figurines also wear gold coats.
Which ones?
This set of soldiers isn't meant to look impressive.
You're probably talking about the revolution. I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win. I don't like either set very much, to be honest. But there are...
Can I help you? Yes, have you... Well? Great. Thank you, officer. I'll unlock the electronic lock to your room. All the doors lock automatically, and please pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow.
I'll take a room here too.
Of course. Always happy to.
Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your copo type. Yes. Guess what's yours? Yes, sorry cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we? No, you don't. Come on. You'll be back to saying sorry in 2 minutes. Stop wasting time and begin the repentance. Oh, you know, Apocalypse, Superstellar, the advanced interesting cop, liquid shadow cop. But you're too sorry to say those things. What? Jealous of the sorry cop? They'll be super fine. It'll... Wow. Oh. The door is closed. This door can only... Still nothing. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance. This is the door to...
Just a moment. We should talk about our progress on the
The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then...
Now then, we should talk about the investigation. But I also feel you're a bit hazy on the RCM. Our role here, our rights, our jurisdiction, basically. They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule. Yes, although indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local station. Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. It undermines trust. The RCM's primary role is to ensure safety. We are not really supposed to play any part in the economic structure of Revachol. We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station call slip. It prevents confusion and overcrowding. As you may have gathered from the fact that we are expected to carry a record of our kills, like the one in your watermarks, we are permitted to use whatever force is necessary, and strongly admonished not to abuse that power. You have to supply compelling evidence for why it was necessary to use lethal force. In these cases, your partner is usually your witness. Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly, by cross-examining you for inconsistencies. It is hard to cover for anyone, which is for the best. We don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts in Courron and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them. The coalition government, and the moral intern more broadly. The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more, no less. Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Revachol or the coalition government founded the RCM. Silence. A great comment to such a conundrum. The Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running this place after the revolution failed. They are a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS, most intergovernmental organizations in the world. The moral intern are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And it doesn't look like that's about to happen. Interesting question. It's a blue forget-me-not. Their motto is love, compassion, self-discipline. I think you can gauge what they want you to think of them from that.
Something kind and usual. Something almost self-explanatory. Something like the dark blue, serious color of the early night sky.
What do they believe in? They are Dolorians. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day 4 centuries ago. Others say they are just technocrats.
Those others say they continue the humanist project set.
A historic figure? The author of the modern age? You will have to look elsewhere for opinions. The subject of humanism is too abstract for me. Do you? My kind of police officer. Well, you were so hungover that you couldn't keep it down when we approached the hanged man, so we didn't even inspect the body. But we performed a thorough search of the premises of the crime scene. It's not my job to evaluate your methodology, officer. I'm just going through the facts. As for the interviews, we weren't able to find the union leader, Everard Clare, much less interview him. So that's on the to-do list for tomorrow. We didn't talk to the Wild Pines rep. We really must do that tomorrow. Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Precinct 41 practice? It's impressive, especially for a man your age. And in those hills. Nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. Goes with the orange.
The dying lights of an aerostatic passes overhead, the whiskers of its floodlights on the ground below. Kitsuragi's glasses light up as he looks to the sky.
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different inland, in Jamrock and the GRIH. It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the union, to the company. Not daring to come here more often. This place has fallen between the cracks. We run this city. West of the river is RCM land. It's incredibly hard. Human beings are... But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works. Our systems work. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate. Me too. But I wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our...
He is very tired. But the dark circles under his eyes make him look younger.
I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual.
Oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
Yes, it's been a long and eventful day. Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go. Yes?
The window stands broken in its... You see some lights shimmering. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned. The faucet is quite terribly mangled, but you handle the chain cutters deftly. Applying just told you that you needed those chain cutters. The mirror begins to clear slowly without you having to wipe it.
Я фашист-моралист, получается. И еще sorry cop. Ну, то есть неплохая мешанка. Я извиняющийся фашистский морализаторствующий коп. Прелесть. Ну что ж. Пора спать.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's... The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin.
Ew.
The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes. And then sleep doesn't come. Obviously, you're in bed with your eye. Maybe it's the bed's fault. It barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. A bit tense in the muscles. Relax. Its synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. Smells of alcohol and sweat. It's a little better. Colors, scene, your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep.
Моя во сне. Пойдем к трупу сходим. Так, дискотека рядом с трупом.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood?
Внезапно отец?
Do you remember your wife's hand on your face? Do you remember the warmth of her thumb? That's right, funky baby. And you just stood there. One hand on the bottle and the other on your dick. Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. No, it's gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. You failed Elysium. No, you haven't. You're just sleep-talking. And the act is wearing thin. You'll be back in those cold snakeskins in Stinky Boy. Everything. The pail and the useless. You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4 points. You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours. You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Oh yes, party boy, and it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Time to go to work in the shit factory.
Good going, buddy. Yes, wait till you see the one with the chick in it. It's gonna be a good one. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night. You don't know? You don't know? You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think. It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. You're too weak to say no now. Waking up is the worst part. Maybe somewhere down the line you could decline.
Блин, как будто бы наклад ездить такое себе.
Are you sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days? Basically, a week? Let's be honest. Suit yourself. Slow.
Мне надо 20 стрелок найти. Вот это уже задачка поинтереснее. Блин, вот эти двери закрытые, они мне точно понадобятся. Так, у нас тут завтрачек. Я вроде как с ним хочу поговорить на самом деле.
She's agitated, judging from the way she keeps...
And there's no public phones nearby?
Это не она, значит, позвонила в полицию, чтобы сообщить о том, что труп висит.
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad to see you again, dear. Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. The manager was vague about it.
То есть девка позвонила.
Why would he be vague about phone problems? This is something to look into later.
To let the young woman who's house-sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were... I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
A little missing persons puzzle might just be the thing to take your mind off the hangover.
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so careful, but you have more important things to...
More important than a missing expedition? I don't know. Expeditions often lead to something interesting.
Oh dear. I'm not sure where to begin. Well, his expression...
You can't go around Revachol feeling grown men's hands. If you want to find her...
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame, and he...
The lieutenant pulls out his notebook.
One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him. We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn. Not the most numerically satisfying anniversary, but via dating agency, we hit it off.
She's skipping over some important parts.
I hope I've been useful. Oh, yes. A zoologist.
It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legends.
That's one opinion, yes.
She's used to playing off such insults casually, but they still...
My apologies, ma'am.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology, one specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly rare. Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless, and frankly...
The quality of research at Revacholian universities has been on the decline. But you doubt there was ever a time when cryptozoology...
Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary, but they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the waterlock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday. There's a nameless old fishing village nearby, but we've never had any trouble there before. There is a lot of crime around.
I can't say it's the best part of town, but I wouldn't worry too much about a pair of...
Some fringe science is exactly what's needed right now.
Are you sure we have time to go chasing after bug hunters just now? I did suggest we play it cool, but if you...
Oh, thank you, officers. Truly, I'll be right here if you come across... Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating. But I shouldn't bore you.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
Of course, dear.
Morning. Looks like we can get to work at once. The union muscle turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them. I completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty. Just one loose thread less to worry about. And one big problem to replace it. Everything points to the dock workers' union. The tracks in the mud, which may, of course, all be wrong. But we still need to talk to them, and it won't be easy. One more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them.
Yeah, streetwise. But aren't you curious to know what they have to say about the murder?
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you.
Так, эмпатия пока мне не нужна будет. Мне, скорее всего, будет нужна стойкость. Потому что, я так понимаю, я немножечко ментально и поёбана алкоголем, спидами, влажными питерскими спидами. Вот поэтому я думаю, мне физиологию надо увеличивать. Но с другой стороны, если я не буду употреблять спиды, то как будто бы, мне нужна физиология, даже если я буду употреблять спиды, даже если я не буду употреблять спиды. Поэтому sounds like a good choice. Что он здесь делает?
Let me handle this. Detective disorientated. Are you still wondering where you are?
Her entire character has shifted. This young woman is cold as ice.
Yes, extremely normal. I'm not a gardener, by the way. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union. So let's get to it. You're looking for Titus Hardy? That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming. Nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
Like I already told you, I'm a legal counselor. Do you have hearing problems? What are we going to do to you? The union isn't going to do anything to you. It is not a crime.
Goddamn.
If anything, it is the RCM who do things to people. But we digress. What you want is of no significance, officer. Aggressive, you make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers.
Just dock workers? Do dock workers spy on the police? We let you off easy, miss.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol.
Fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders.
Приватизация незаконна, типа, блин. Не буду я лезть в эту вашу политику.
Look, a comedian. Do your job, ask your questions, then...
Strange. It's as if people don't believe a cop could be a socialist revolutionary. cylinders, a ceiling height window. There's a little slide panel up there to let some air in. No need to open it in spring.
This is where you say you're dead.
Detective.
Hey, dipshit. You hard of hearing or something? The boss man's talking to you.
Do not let their squeals disturb your serenity. These are but simple peasants, sire.
What, is he fucking kidding? This guy high or something?
Hey, asshole, up here. We're talking to you.
We are looking for Titus Hardy.
Oh, this is about him. A real look.
You're sure taking your time. Waiting for...
Oh, he was a real pretty boy by now. Real hot stuff. Letting out that pretty boy...
Time to go to work in the shit factory!
Easy, boys. These janitors have a hell of a job cut out for them.
You might want to start asking your questions now.
Do a head count first. Connect these starting from the right. Boot size 44. Blonde man. In sitting on his right. Standard working boots. Size 45 or 46. Across at the other table. Hobnailed working boots. Size 43. Gang tattoos. He spent his youth in Villa Labos. And then standard working boot. Steel reinforced toes. Size 40. The emblem on his vest says Rowing Club. A little patch below it reads, in the far corner, standard working boot. Steel reinforced toes. Size 44. 40-something. Non-alcoholic beverage in hand. Size 41. With the light step. Not a child, after all. An older man with a rat face. Mean. Walked in the middle, heaving and wheezing. Big guy. Boot size 46. Deep marks. Probably carried the victim. In conclusion, these 7 are the actors on the crime scene. Exactly. You've stood there for about 4 seconds, not...
The fuck is with you, fella? What are you talking about, madman? There's no 8th Hardy Boy. There's 7 of us and we're all here. Or what? You want to be the 8th Hardy Boy? We...
Actually, boss, we've been talking and we think she could maybe...
She? So there's an 8th Hardy and it's a Hardy girl? Who might it be? Elizabeth?
Shut the fuck up, Glenn! I do talking here.
It has to be good, if he won't let you pursue it.
So let me get this straight. There is an 8th Hardy Boy. It's a she, and you don't like us talking about her?
That's right. We're not talking about this. This is a private home. You're not cops here. Don't go digging around if you...
Good. We are all watching each other.
The pretty boy. You guys...
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
You mean these boots? We all got a pair. We wore them. Yeah, we did this.
There's a catch hidden somewhere. He didn't confess so that you could take them all away. It's too simple.
There is no catch. These 7 honest men have all equally come forth to tell you what happened.
All 7 together. They're diluting responsibility. It's an anti-arrest tactic.
We hanged him up by his neck until he got real still.
Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school?
This is where an autopsy would come in handy. You have to work with what you know.
Titus, you don't have to clarify anything.
We overpowered him, dragged his unconscious body to the tree,
Then we left him for seagull.
Make them a bit more uncomfortable first, then see if it all adds up.
With numbers, asshole. How do you think? You're right, Lizzie. I've done enough.
No, he hasn't. Not yet.
Right fucking here. The fucker pranced in here like he owns the place. Got what we...
Titus is solid as a rock, and so are a few others. But... a single sentence would wear him out. He can't take the length of the questioning. Keep it going long enough.
No. Of course he's having trouble breathing. Just look at how fucking fat he is.
Fuck off, Shanky. Angus is a powerful guy.
Keep your eye on this powerful guy. Sooner or later, he's going to break like a piece of twig.
Like what, Copper? How many people have you sent to the Shays?
Chaise électrique is the method of capital punishment in Revachol under the Coalition. During the suzerain's reign, it used to be the firing squad.
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
Doesn't remember them. He just...
Ain't no use keeping a stiff catalog in your head. That's for sure.
Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. Do you think you could do that?
A trick question. Don't let her lead the conversation.
Who do you fucking think does?
It wasn't a question, dickwad. How fucking stupid are you?
This asshole is worse than... Titus runs the hardy...
I think you got your answer, Miss...
Yes, there are some administrative differences. But on that night, they all acted as one man. You don't have to keep answering him.
I know, Lizzie. Relax.
Known him? We don't associate with scum.
Yeah!
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed in.
By the Pines cow, you mean the representative for Wild Pines? The shipping company you are striking against?
No. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over. But you... Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say.
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus.
Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive. And he's...
What kind of mercenary?
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too.
A live grenade. Right here in our bar.
I can't prove it. But I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that.
Cause one night, he walked straight up to the mic and said, I'm RNE's goddamn special forces, and I'm gonna fuck you all!
Really?
Yeah, really. Had a gin and tonic up there, sang some RNE's paratrooper song, and said he's gonna fuck everyone.
We couldn't believe it either, but he fucking did. Right there. Like some kind of animal.
Sire, the tale is true. This is a serious violation of the karaoke code.
Wrong. He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to...
From rape to harassment to
kill us all.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now.
He grabbed someone?
Yeah. Show me your cunt. Why don't you show me your cunt? Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle, doesn't even fall down.
Aren't you fucking listening?
Yeah, me...
There's something odd here. Seems like they don't want to talk about that rape Titus mentioned. Why not?
No. You're not getting a name. That's a Martin.
There's nothing you can do for now. He's stonewalling you.
Nothing. Your investigation here is done.
I think we're going to stick around. I've done this job for long enough.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent again.
Good one, Tom.
Yeah, lawman. Why don't you?
It's almost
Not in the...
by your side, while the little rat-faced man...
Wise move. We hanged him up.
Didn't they?
This is where an...
Maybe wrap it up instead?
About fucking time.
Well. На юго-запад через канал, поиски оттуда. Окей, это сайд-квест какой-то. Окей, отлично. Можно будет этим заняться. Но на данный момент я, наверное, закончу на сегодня играть, потому что у меня опять передос, блядь, этим текстом. Наверное, хочется даже, может, как-то озвучивать его, чтобы понимать, ну, чтобы, как сказать, давать понять, что происходит. Но
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you... He looks up at you, then looks away. Shrugging is an international sign for... No, I don't know what...
Никто не знает, что за этой дверью. Ну что, я сохраняюсь. Так. И выхожу. На самом деле, пока непонятно вообще ни хрена, но, по-моему, из этого и состоит вся игра. Даже если читать весь текст, ничего не понятно, где я оказалась, по какой причине я оказалась. И все, что я могу делать, это просто следовать слепой интуиции. В принципе, в этом плане игра очень забавная, интересная. Потому что, ну, действительно, я не читала никаких подсказок, как игра выглядит, как она должна выглядеть и чем она закончится. Мне просто понравилось, как она выглядит визуально, и, наверное, не отдавала себе отчета, какое количество текста мне придется читать, хотя все предупреждали. Но пока выглядит бодренько. Будем продолжать, посмотрим, как оно будет продвигаться дальше. Пока кажется, что я вроде как двигаюсь в правильном направлении, но, опять же, ничего не понятно, но очень интересно. Думаю, завтра продолжить прохождение. Ну, вот, пока немножко тяжеловато это, больше 2 часов как-то, больше 2-3 часов как-то осознавать эту игру, потому что, ну, башка начинает болеть. Не столько от избытка информации, ну, вообще от избытка информации, потому что много читать надо, и помимо этого, так как нету там карты глобальной мира, нету понимания, где именно в пространстве ты даже находишься, ну, очень много логических каких-то операций приходится проводить. В этом, наверное, есть некий шарм, но от переизбытка такой информации я быстро устаю. Вот. Поэтому увидимся, я думаю, завтра. Буду писать в телеграм-каналах о том, во сколько что будет, надеюсь. Постараюсь предварительно об этом давать знать. И